Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of The View from Here, from Behind Enemy Lines. This is the antagonistic show because Michael didn't want to do this all of a sudden. I was about to make dinner, but no, he wanted to do it now. And he didn't give me a chance to prepare some things, but that's okay because this show is, after all, off the cuff. It's improvised, so we're going to go for it.
And actually, I think you actually thinking on your own, it would be good for you.
All right. Mike's idea for this show, and it's not going to be a long one, is this will be the thank you show or something like that. We're going to call it. And we're going to thank people for what they do.
So we're going to thank things and people and whatever.
Shall I start?
Yes. Do you have something to
I
thank?
want to thank the ICE agents who are working hard to keep our. I knew you were going to think.
Know that for me.
Who are working hard and endangering their own lives to protect our country. Specifically, we had 10 would-be assassins. Yes, I think they were mostly or almost all women.
They did actually shoot agents. They didn't miss.
Yeah, but thank God they have all been captured, and their ugly faces are can be seen on social media.
And they have the traditional bug eyes.
And hopefully they will wind up in some place actually killing they didn't kill any agents.
I don't know if they did or not. I know they shot one.
If they did, then they should all be put to death according to the new law that was put in.
They did shoot an agent through the neck. That's usually not good.
Yeah, it's not good. If they are not put to death for killing an officer, a law enforcement officer, then I believe they should be sent to Guantanamo.
Send a message.
No, actually, Guantanamo, they might get too much. No, that would be good. You know why? They'll be exposed in the yard to Muslim terrorists. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Any Muslim fans out there?
Get them off the street for sure.
Forever. Okay. Now, who do you want to thank?
I want to thank you, Roy. I want to thank you for having established this podcast and being responsible for a lot of the management of it, getting the guests and so forth and keeping contacts. And thank you.
You're welcome. As it happens, I was going to, while I was eating, check my emails to see if there were any other PR people contacting me with guest ideas, but that'll happen later. And now that it's my turn, I want to thank you for being a good co-host, because sometimes you go down avenues that I don't think of or that didn't occur to me right away. And it's best when you're talking, it gives me a chance to think, and when I'm talking, it gives you a chance to think, if you can think. And sorry. And I really thank you for having put in the work and the effort to create our website. You did a great job at that, really. And it pains me to actually have to compliment you, but thank you.
I want to thank Tanya. She gave me my first blowjob.
Well, there goes our PG rating for this show.
No, she was 17, so it's okay.
You were 17. Was she?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Oh, 16 is is it 16 or 18?
17.
Well, don't say what state you were in when you got that.
Statutory.
Yes.
Was 16. I don't know.
Well, it might be 18.
It doesn't matter. We were both the same age, so it didn't matter.
Yes, but the according to what they tried on Trump, you're long past the statute of limitations anyway.
Right.
Unless you want to embarrass the girl by telling her who she is and stuff. I don't think you want to do that, so we'll move on. What else is I going to... Oh, I want to thank President Trump for sacrificing his time and energy and almost his life.
Yes.
And he sacrificed actually a life of luxury to bring this country back from the precipice that the last few years it was pushed towards.
You can't thank him enough.
No, no.
I want to thank the border agents on the southern and northern border who are doing their job now that they've been given permission to do so.
I want to thank the states who have decided to send some of their National Guard to Washington, D.C. to help, yes, to help bolster the National Guard that President Trump already has there.
First week in many, many months, Washington has been murder-free. Crime has gone down 100%, 20% in all areas.
Actually, I do have a photo of what of the things. Let's see, and this is according to CNN. Oh wait, that's the wrong picture. Where the heck is the picture of? My goodness, I thought I took it. It must be under. Come on, this is ridiculous.
Okay, this is slowing down the process.
Yes, it is. Should I pause this? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay.
Okay.
This sucks. I took a picture of.
What do you want to do?
Okay.
Tell you what.
I want to thank. I want to thank my parents for having put up with me and for having given me a proper education and a proper upbringing. I know I disappointed them at times, especially later on, but when I got divorced and all that. But I want to thank my parents for being who they were and being how they were. Were they perfect? No, of course not. Actually, my friends and I, all my friends that I know, if we were being brought up today, our parents would probably be taken in for abuse now and then. But it gave us discipline. It gave us a sense of morality. It gave us a sense of ethics. Not that we stick to it all the time, but for the most part, we do. And I want to thank my parents for being my parents, and helping me become a decent human being despite my faults.
Okay, I'm going to bounce off of that, and I'm going to say I'm going to thank God for everything that he's done, everything that he's created, and for his sacrifice, because I believe God did sacrifice much of himself in order to make everything else.
Yes, he did.
So, that includes, my God. Just thank God.
Okay. Let's see. Who else do we want to thank? I want to thank, I have to thank my ex-wife for giving me my two sons.
Mm.
And my sons are probably the best thing I produced in my life. And I'd like to also thank God, too, for giving me the family I have. I mean, my sons and my grandchildren, I'm very proud of them, and I love them very much. And it's because, in part because of, I worry about their future, that I am so adamant about opposing certain things that the left is trying to institute in this country.
I want to thank my first wife, Elizabeth, for talking me into going to DeVry University and getting the certificate so I could have the job in Amtrak, be a computer technician. I want to thank my second wife, Hilda, for getting me to go and learning about shamanism and Native Americanism, which is an important part of my life. And I want to thank my ex-fiance, who, if it wasn't for her, I would not have bought this house that I'm living in right now, which I'm very, very happy in. All the women in my life, even though they busted my balls, and not always in a good way, they ultimately have helped me.
Yeah, I want to thank my current girlfriend, Valentina. I've been with her for 25 years, and she has stood by me in times when I was really low, low points in my life, like when I was taking care of my brother Duarte, who was sick and who unfortunately passed away over a decade ago. In fact, it's Duarte's birthday today, and I do miss him a lot. He would have been what would he have been? He would have been 68 today. And anyway, I want to thank Valentina for being there for me and for being a loving and unselfish person towards me. I found those statistics, by the way.
Go ahead.
DC crime since federal control. Robbery is down 46%. What the heck?
Carjackings is down over 80%.
Carjacking, 83%. It went down. Car theft went down 21%. Assault with a deadly weapon is down 6%. Violent crime in general is down 22%. Property crime is down 6%. And all crimes are down a total of 8%. This has been less than a week.
Wait, you forgot the most important thing. Not one murder.
Not one murder. Yeah, exactly. Not one murder. And this is only within the week. And people who live in okay, there were protesters protesting the presence of the National Guard and all, and they were all white, and they were all probably paid because they were all older. Okay.
Well, they're trying to help black people by protesting for them.
Yeah, but no black people were evident in any of the protests, and in fact, black people are for this because there was one woman, for example, a black woman said she was so happy and that she could stop at a red light and not have to worry about looking around to see if she was about to be carjacked or attacked or whatever. Okay, and other people have other longtime residents, lifelong residents of Washington D.C. are also grateful that they can walk outside, they can walk the dog, they can walk their kids out there, they can go ride their bike, and they don't have to worry that they're going to get attacked.
It's called civilization.
Yes. Civilization has arrived in Washington, D.C. because of Donald J. Trump.
Yes, he played his trump card. So I want to thank our listeners out there for giving us the motivation to continue, for subscribing and actually making us feel like winners. I mean, we started doing this just to just to spout. We were so stifled by the corrupted, atmosphere that we were living in 2021 and such. And then all of a sudden, you guys showed up and you started listening and you started becoming followers. And some of our friends would come up to us and go, "Oh, that last podcast was great." And then all of a sudden, Jamie Miller shows up. And all of a sudden, we have interviews. And all of a sudden, we feel like podcasters, real podcasters with important people, that are actually willing to take the time out to talk to us, which humbles us. A lot of times we ask ourselves, what the hell? What did we do to deserve these people? There are some extraordinary people.
We have interviewed some very extraordinary and successful people.
Yes. And even there was even one person I didn't get along with, but still, the guy's a monster. He's really good at what he does. So anyway, thank you, listeners. I hope this part of it, saying thank you to you, lets you realize how important you are to us.
I want to thank my grandson. Because a little over 2 years ago, he went to the gym with his father, and the next day he wanted to go again. He wanted to join the gym, but he was too young at the time. So my son asked me if I would mind joining the gym, which is across the street from me, and bring him, go with him as a guest. And I did that, and that has been the best thing I've done in a long time because I lost 25 pounds. Actually, at one point, I'd lost close to 35 pounds, but I've lost 25 pounds since I started. I am much stronger and healthier today than I've been in a long time. My doctor is always amazed at my blood pressure. All my vitals are really good. My blood tests are good. Not perfect all the time, but only one or two things are usually off, and then I correct.
That's perfect.
So I want to thank Colin for having gotten me back into taking care of myself.
I want to thank my sons, Diego and Leo, for basically giving me great purpose. Having a child is one of the greatest adventures you could possibly go on. To watch them grow, to see something of you live on, and also see something new come out. So my boys are the most important things in my life. And when we're together, our time is precious. So thank you, boys.
And I'd like to, in turn, thank all three of my grandchildren for making me proud, because they are, thank God, healthy and intelligent and good looking. I mean, all three of them. The two oldest have been in advanced classes, and the third one I found out she is in seventh grade, but she is taking ninth grade courses at school. Not one of them likes school. All of them excel. They all have great grades. So I thank them. I thank my grandchildren for making me proud of their intellectual ability, and also, especially the girls, they're very athletic, and I'm proud of their accomplishments on the in their chosen field of sport, which I don't want to get into right now.
I want to thank, this is an obscure one. I want to thank all those people who I've never met that stop their car and let me cross the street, that that do those little favors. The people that every once in a while say nice hat, that I've never met before and never will meet again in my life. All those people who add to the civility of my life and actually make me feel as though my fellow citizens are not ghouls, that they're actually, you know, um, people of standing.
Okay.
I know that was obscure.
No, that's okay. Um, next, my next thank you would be all the girls I've loved before.
Who is that?
Julio Iglesias and Willie Nelson. No, I want to
Oh,
thank all the girls I've loved before. I'm just using them to do it because they sang the song. That's all.
both of them?
All two of them. No, all the girls I've loved before, and even the ones who dumped me or, you know, hey, thank you for helping me feel like a guy.
I want to add to your thank you by saying thank you, ladies, the ones who take care of themselves, that look nice when they're walking down the street,
Oh, yeah.
and just want to show us how beautiful they really are.
Yes, that's very nice. That's very nice.
So,
I want.
okay, no, that was an extension of yours. I get my own now.
Okay. I
I
want.
just added.
You still talking? Go ahead. You done? I want to
No.
thank Justice Thomas for
Yeah.
helping us regain our constitutional rights, even in the state of New Jersey here, where I am stuck behind enemy lines. We now have carry over here in New Jersey. We can own firearms more than we used to, and hopefully in the near future we will be able to stop suing the state to get our rights back. Okay, but I want to thank Judge Thomas and Judge Scalia before him for having fought, for having protected our Second Amendment rights and our First Amendment rights too, because the Biden administration tried to squelch free speech, because if it wasn't following the narrative that they wanted us to follow, then we were dispensing misinformation.
I want to thank the men who stormed Normandy Beach in World War II. I want to thank the Enterprise for fighting all those freaking battles in the Pacific. I want to thank General George Patton for coming in through Sicily and Italy and all that stuff, and 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 basically, all those guys in World War II.
Undefeatable Nazi.
All the funny thing is for every man that was carrying a gun and shooting it in World War II that was an American, there were 10 people behind him supporting him. And while I'm at it, I want to thank the Russians for kicking the Germans' ass.
Well, Patton actually let them go into Berlin. Well, he didn't let them. He was ordered to let them go into Berlin. That was
Oh,
Eisenhower.
one last thing. I want to thank Zelensky, President Zelensky, for learning how to put on a suit.
Oh,
Because he was sat down with Trump, but this time he had a suit on.
I
I
heard,
said,
I heard that
fucking
he,
finally learned.
I heard that he told Trump, "This is the best I had," and the Trump said, "No, you look fine. You look great." So even though he didn't have a tie, it was respect for the office of the president of the United States. That's only right.
No, he was so ashamed last time when he did that. He thought it was Fetterman.
Yeah.
Only Fetterman can get
Well,
away
you
with
got
that
to
shit.
remember, he went to that meeting after meeting Democrats in a hotel for over an hour, and they're the ones who told him, "No, you don't make a deal with Trump. You don't sign this deal." They are the ones who screwed up that peace that we could have had months ago. Okay,
Oh,
the Democrat
you mean
Party.
they extended the war, which is exactly what they wanted.
I want to thank Kamala Harris for being the torchbearer of the Democrat Party, because you proved to the world, except to those blind enough to still support you and the Democrat Party, that the Democrats are not the party that we need to follow to restore this country to its greatness.
You know, the thing, calling her the torchbearer, that would take tremendous courage because the chances are, because of her breath, she'd probably blow up next to a torch.
No, she'll blow something else, not the torch.
I'm talking about her alcohol level.
Oh, you're correct. Well, maybe she was a fire breather. No, actually, she would carry the torch precisely because she is drunk.
No, if she was in a circus, she'd be the sword swallower, not the fire breather. I want to thank AOL. My Anthony Brian Logan. He was the first
Great
person.
podcaster. I like him.
Yes, he was the first person I bumped into when I was trying to find out back in 2020 whether or not it was true that, and I was being told this, that the the black race in general nowadays hates whites. And I was like, I don't believe it. So I started going onto the internet and I found he was my first podcaster. And when I heard him stand up against BLM and speak against their racism, I literally broke my heart. He rescued me. And then after that, I bumped into, of all people, Candace Owens, another Superman, and then Larry, my man Elder. Oh my God, he is
the black white supremacist.
yes.
Left,
That's blackface he's wearing. He's not really black. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, he's he's yeah. The black conservatives took a bigger pasting than the white conservatives because they were treated as though they were betrayers of their own race.
Treated that way.
Yeah, well, if I had the good fortune to speak to Larry Elder on his show, and he is just wonderful. He's a great guy.
And he didn't change his mind about white people after he talked to you, see?
Let's not forget the Hodge twins. Let's not
Hodge
forget.
twins are funny and intelligent, and they're cool. They're just cool.
And Officer Tatum.
I said the Officer Tatum.
Oh, I'm sorry, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay. So there was, I know there was one other.
I found a couple others recently. I don't know their names yet. This one guy, Rico. Oh, this guy he's gay, and I think he's Hispanic. And he comes on every time he comes on. He's telling you liberal leftists, you got to, he calls them out on everything, and points out how stupid they are. Okay, and I really like the guy. I mean, he talks like a gay guy, and he berates them like a gay guy would.
Well,
it's so refreshing to see a gay guy berate the left instead of the right, and he's got logic on his side.
That triggered a joke. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
What's worse, being black or being gay? The answer is what's worse is being gay because your parents already know you're black. That's a good joke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. No, of course not.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Such a good joke.
And
We got more thank yous. Come on. We can do better than that.
okay, more thank yous. I don't know. Let's see. I thank God also, as you did before, for giving me what He's given me. I don't have everything I could have had, everything I should have had if I hadn't made stupid decisions in my life. But He has watched over me, has protected me, and has blessed me in many different ways. He's blessed me, I guess, in the most important ways. Given me good health, given me a great family. I can't thank Him enough, really.
You know, shoot. Well, first of all, I want to thank all those fantastic movie directors that make so much entertainment for us. No matter what their political thing is, they are magnificent producers of the screen, a lot of them. So I thank you, directors, movie producers, actors, and actresses. That's cool. And I want to thank all you dentists out there. Modern dentistry is not to be uh, taken for granted.
No,
When you have just imagine if you had a toothache and it would never ever be repaired. Life would
or
be
imagine if you had to have a tooth extracted back in the 1800s.
well, they did it. Actually, there was a time when the Chinese, there's guys that are dentists that can pull the teeth out with their fingers.
Yeah, if it's wobbly enough, yeah.
I don't think
That
it
could
has to
happen
be.
if you punch the guy a few times, loosen the tooth, and pop it out.
That would work. Or you could get a skate like they did in the Castaway movie with what's
Oh,
his name?
no, he didn't use a skate.
Yeah, there was an ice skate and he actually hit it and it knocked it out.
Not the ice. No, he hit it on a rock.
No, no, no. There was a rock in his hand and he hit the ice skate because he found these ice skates
Oh,
floating
did he?
around in the water.
I don't remember that part. I do
Yeah,
remember
that's
how my father a couple of times would take our tooth out by tying a string to us and pulling, and
slamming
then
the
they were
door.
slamming the door because you didn't want to have him pull it. So he would take it, hold you, and slam the door.
Right. And as you know, there's nothing like a good jerk.
And then my mother was there to comfort us afterwards, but it was okay. Once the initial pain was gone, it wasn't so bad.
I want to thank my mom. She was the one part of my life that allowed me to come out of my mad household with some semblance of sanity. It took me a while to put the pieces together, but eventually it all came together.
Uh, let me thank the comedians out there. Okay,
Wow,
the
good
real
one.
comedians who tell jokes, and whether or not somebody takes offense, they'll tell the joke because they are free to do so, and they find humor in the stupidest things, or even sometimes in the most morbid things. I mean, you could look at Andrew Jeselnik as the prime example of that. Where his humor
He's dark.
is horrible at times, but you got to admit you laugh at it unless you're a loony leftist. You'll laugh at it. Okay, I mean anybody who can make you laugh has a talent and is blessed really, and he's blessing you with his or her talent because there are plenty of female.
See Tom Papa. He's hysterical.
Tom Papa's good, yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
Bill
good
Burr.
ones out there. I like that one guy, Anthony Higgins. He's
What's the guy from Australia that was hot for a while?
who?
And then the guy from Australia?
Australian. What you talking about? No, I don't know.
Comedian.
From Australia.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I don't know. I'm thinking of
So,
Ismo, but he's not Australian.
let's thank the first responders, the
Very
the police, the firemen, the
Bees.
ambulance
Yeah.
people. You know, let's
Well,
thank them.
Or volunteer.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of volunteers in Pennsylvania. And
Each town
the
has a
cops and
volunteer fire department and a volunteer ambulance squad.
what a lot of people don't understand is firemen actually have a higher mortality rate on the job than police, slightly higher. Um, uh, I know that because I was number 4 on the list, which is working on high power lines and stuff. That's you lose a lot. Yeah, railroaders, whatever. Yeah, so we lost a lot of people, and yeah, it's but fisherman is, I believe, is number 1, then lumberjack, then fireman, then us, then police.
Wow. Us meaning, for people who don't know, we're the-
Track workers, power,
yeah,
people in Amtrak,
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if it might just have been my craft, which is working on high power lines. So that's you're working on 138,000 to 248,000 volts. You make one mistake, that's it. It's
Problem.
done. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. And it doesn't even take that much. I got hit with 480 volts, and
That's more than the
not
average household outlet, right? That's more than the average household outlet, isn't it?
the average household is
240.
well usually has a 240 supply, and then you have 120 coming out of your outlets. So 480, yeah, it's a lot more. That was used to run the signal equipment, and it knocked me off my ladder and into a bunch of equipment. So the funny thing is, I fell into an equipment array of handles and levers and stuff like that, and for some reason,
You weren't
it
impaled.
didn't hurt me. I don't know why. It should have busted me up,
Jeez.
but it didn't.
Wow.
I had a similar situation in a motorcycle. I had two motorcycle accidents. One motorcycle accident, I was riding the sides of the wheel, and I lost control, and I got flipped into the curb, and my head hit straight across the curb like that. And when I got up, the helmet was broken.
Well, thank God for the helmet.
Yeah, well, and then in Las Vegas, I was doing the same stupid thing because once isn't enough. I was doing 55 miles an hour this time, and I lost control, and the bike flipped, and I ended up in a sitting position, and you can't see it, but this is what's left of it. It's just I don't know. It's miraculously I walked away from it. I actually drove the bike home, so um, I'm lucky that way. The man upstairs.
Yes,
That's why I keep.
yes.
That's why I have to thank him.
Ultimately,
He
we all
covered.
have, we all have him to thank for a lot of things. I
Yeah.
have him to thank for saving me my life in the head-on collision, for
Oh,
not having lost my foot like I should have because it was broken and I had 70 breaks in the foot. You know, I mean, I came through a lot, but he was the one who guided me through it. He's the one who brought me through it. I should have been dead several times probably, but he's got a purpose for me.
here's one more reason to thank God for giving you a higher purpose. I mean, not just satisfying your needs down here, but to actually give you those moments where you see divinity.
I saw a little film clip starring Jim Parsons, the guy who was on, oh my God, that show I used to love. Oh my God. He's the one who plays Sheldon in, what the heck's the series?
Okay.
Well, anyway, let me do my impression of what he did. He goes, okay, this is when I get to heaven and I finally find out the purpose of my life, why I was there. So they hand me the book. Okay, but why? All right, but why? Oh, that's why. So anyway, I think on that note, we could.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, no, no.
We have an important one to thank. We have to thank Riverside
Riverside,
for
yes. Without Riverside, you people would not be subject to our images all the time.
yes, without Riverside, you would not be able to be watching us do to Riverside, you'd be watching us do to something else, but it would not be Riverside.
No, you would have been hearing us on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and just our voices. But
Yes.
Riverside enables us to come into your living rooms or your cars, or, well, not your car. I hope you're not watching this in the car, unless you're in the back seat.
You get to see our sexy selves.
Yeah, there you go. And you get to see, you get to match the voice to the face. That may or may
Yes.
not be a good thing. You may or may not be thankful for that. But we are thankful to Riverside for giving us a tool that we can use to do this podcast and to which we got to gain an audience on several platforms.
We also have to thank Mr. Turing, the inventor of the digital computer.
Turing, was that Turing or was
Turing.
that Babbage?
Turing.
Well, it's a modern computer because Babbage was way earlier than him.
We're not talking about the abacus. We're talking about the modern digital computer. He's the one who created the Turing machine, which was able to determine the secret reports of the Germans because it actually broke the Enigma machine.
Ah, okay.
There's a movie on it that's absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I remember the movie, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm not going to bother to look it up and waste time.
Right. So you're not going to bother to even remember it. The Imitation Game.
Imitation Game. Get the hell out.
That's what it's called.
No,
The
it's
Imitation Game. Yes.
Imitation Game. Let me see. Hold on.
That's the question. How do you know if a robot is truly a robot if it
What is the
imitates?
Imitation Game? I apologize.
No, it's the Imitation Game.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Films. I thought there were two films about Alan Turing.
Well, there might be.
I wasn't thinking of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch was fan-freaking-tastic, and it's a tragedy. He was homosexual, and that was a time when homosexual.
Cumberbatch or Turing?
Yeah, they were. He was poorly treated, and they ruined him.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's tragic. There was a couple other movies I saw. There's an excellent movie, with my God, what the hell is it called? A Single Man. I think that's what it's called. It's with Colin Farrell. No, Colin Firth, and he's homosexual, and his partner dies, and because he's homosexual, nobody really appreciates it, and he's left alone with his grief, and it's very, very sad.
I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get into it. Maybe another time. There are films that I've tried to watch, and then a few years later, for some reason I watch it. For example, even TV series. I'm watching the second season of. Oh my God! What the hell? I watch it. I've been watching it every night for the past few nights, and I can't. Holy moly!
There's another movie you should see called A Serious Man.
That was with him too, right? The same guy.
I don't think so. No.
Serious Man.
A Serious Man is there's this Jewish guy, and his wife wants to. Seems to be this process in the Jewish community where you can certain ways of divorcing. He's told he's told by the rabbi that the guy that she's going to go off with is a serious man, so he starts being serious. The series
I just remembered the name of the series is Person of Interest. When it was on live, I didn't bother to watch it. It didn't appeal to me. A few weeks ago, I started watching it, and now I'm hooked. So I'm watching that time. Oh, one more person we have to thank: the man who brought us a safer way to use electricity, Nikola Tesla.
I know. Edison wanted to have in DC.
Edison was not the nice guy that people think he was.
Well, the thing is, he owed Tesla money. He said, well, he never paid him. And the
And he
thing
tried
is
to
that
discredit Tesla, trying to make believe that Tesla's AC would kill elephants. This and that. He
right,
was
right,
lying because
right.
it was the DC that was the direct current that was killing the animals.
Yeah,
But he stopped
Tesla
it.
actually died in a hotel room, a pauper. He was only there because the owner of the hotel took pity on him.
And
But
the FBI came in and took all his files. Every one
theoretically,
of his files is gone, buried in the same place that the Ark of the Covenant was placed when Indiana Jones retrieved that.
that's, yeah, actually, we have to thank that actor. What's his name?
Harrison
Harrison Ford.
Ford.
Harrison Ford was so freaking cool.
Yeah, he was.
He was in Star Wars. He was, I mean, come on, man. He's done so
Oh,
much
I
good
like
stuff.
his best improvisation. He improvised in Star Wars too, where she said, "I love you," and he said, "I know." That was improvised. One, two. His other big
I know.
improvisation was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the guy had trained, the swordsman had trained for weeks
Yeah, he
in
just
the
shot him
scene, and he was tired and it was hot, so he just took his gun out and shot, and they kept that thing in the film. The guy who
because it
got
makes
shot,
no
he
sense.
got pissed off because he wanted to show off his skill.
Right. Oh, okay. But it made the most sense.
Of course, it made the most sense,
Not to mention
and
his,
it was a scene where everybody laughed.
well, it's the thing
It
is that
relieved the tension.
it's actually cold blooded.
Cold-blooded and cool because it relieved the tension. Oh no, he's got to fight this guy with a sword. This and that.
He was screwing her when she was a teenager.
Yeah, but I think there may not have been a statute of limitation. I mean, there may not have been statutory rape back then.
So you could
That was
fuck
in the
anything.
20s, I think.
Yeah.
And there was, it was past the
Oh,
statute of limitations anyway.
another person we should thank, George Washington.
Yes, for bringing forth this country, putting it on the right course, which occasionally goes off track. All right, think Obama and Biden, and anyway, uh, but he did the right thing, and he refused to become king. They wanted to make him a king, and he said, "No, we didn't get rid of one king to put another one on." Okay, he warned against political parties too.
He had, I understand that he had the advantage of being on his own continent. But the fact of the matter is that he faced the greatest military power of its time again with colonial units
With a
and
ragtag army, basically.
right unfunded, sometimes undisciplined, but he did it, and the American people did it. So that's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
want to
good
thank
old.
the American people who still believe in the same principles that American people have believed in for the past couple of hundred years,
Right,
who still
right,
have
right.
that independent streak and that freedom loving streak, who are not allowing this country to go down the tubes. Unfortunately, there are too many people who were brought up and pampered so much that they don't care what happens as long as they're taken care of. But there are still a lot of people, and I think I especially want to thank the rednecks because I think they're going to be the salvation of this country someday.
Well, you're talking JD Vance.
There you go.
Um, okay, I had another thank you, and your JD Vance thing kind of pulled me out of it.
Some libtard was trying to compare J.D.
What were you talking about just now? Before the redneck thing.
Vance.
Wow.
This happens too often these days. It's happened to me twice with my friend Joe. We're talking about something. Something distracts us for half a minute, and then what were we talking about? It happened
Mm.
twice with Joe. Happened twice with my friend Paul. It's happened more than once with you and me on the show.
Mm.
Okay, it just happened. And then when I do it with my sons, what am I talking about? My oldest son likes to say, "It doesn't matter. It was irrelevant anyway," and he won't tell me what we were talking about.
Mm. Um,
He's a
I want to thank
comedian.
I, I want to thank Winston Churchill. He kept England together,
He kept England together. And
as
he,
well as well as the king at the time. Was it William?
no, it was, oh my God, what was his name?
It wasn't George.
George,
Oh, it was George.
George the Sixth.
Okay.
George the Sixth. Yeah,
You know his brother who abdicated.
Edward.
Okay.
Edward
Did you know that he was actually a traitor to the country? He made a deal
with Hitler.
with Hitler. I didn't know about that until I saw the show The Crown.
I heard that. I heard about that years ago. Also, there are rumors these days that Wallace Simpson, the divorcee he abdicated for, was really a man,
Honey Pot. Okay. Oh, was a man?
and this is why he said he couldn't live without her. I guess he wanted. Maybe she was androgynous. Maybe he wanted.
Well, the thing
Maybe he
is
wanted
that
a little dick with his pussy.
the thing is when there's people that hate them so much that it's hard to believe any stories.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. I'm just saying that that's something that surfaced recently. But you don't know because there are people who will say things just to tear people down because they don't want them to be remembered in a good way. But Edward, he was so long ago. There's no reason to you know to destroy his reputation now. He destroyed his own reputation with his deal with Hitler, and even by abdicating. By deciding that love was more important than running the country.
Hey, El Cid. We should thank El Cid for keeping the Muslims out of Spain.
Yeah. Well, we should thank the first king of Portugal, Alfonso Henrique, because he kicked the Muslims out of Portugal. Okay, he formed Portugal in the middle of the of where Portugal now lies. Then he decided, I'm going to keep going. And he went south, took Setúbal, then took the city of Lisbon, which was a Muslim stronghold. And then he pushed them all the way out to the sea and back into Africa.
Hey, and we should thank Russia for selling us Alaska.
Alaska, yes. Oh, man.
And for selling us Louisiana territory.
No, that was Napoleon.
That was he's French, wasn't he?
Yeah, but no, he was Corsican. He was a good.
Yeah, but wasn't he in charge of the French? He was the emperor of France.
The French emperor.
Right, that makes him French. I'm sorry.
He was born a Corsican, and he took control of France.
And he was the emperor of France.
Anyway,
yeah,
he where's we going? Good thing that we bought Alaska, because can you imagine if the Soviet Union had owned Alaska during the Cold War? Canada would have been gone, all right? And we probably would have been at war, a hot war. The Cold War would have turned hot because they would have been on our border.
Well, I mean, alternate history is a funny thing, and we would have been $80 million richer.
Are you kidding? How much of that have we made back? How many times?
Well, I tell you, Alaska is one of those states I do not want to visit.
I would love to visit Alaska, but my brother Richie did do a cruise last year. I think he and his wife and a couple they often travel with. They took a cruise up to Alaska from, I think, Seattle. They sailed up into Alaska and then came back. Yeah.
I know. I had a friend of mine that actually spent a month up there driving around in their Winnebago.
That'd be cool, as long as it's not when the snow and cold are really at their worst.
They did make it back, so it doesn't really matter what it was.
Okay, I think we have to end this now because seriously, my bladder is full and it wants to go empty.
That makes me want to talk even more.
You want to talk even more?
Oh, sure, yeah. I don't care about
I'm going to pause this while I go to the bathroom then. How's that?
Okay, forget about it. Let's go.
Wait, where's the pause?
All right.
Hey, I don't find the pause button.
It's the pause that refreshes.
Wait a minute. There was a pause button here before that I've used a couple of times, and now I don't see it. Mark clip.
Look
I
again.
don't want to add a marker. What the
Look
hell's going
again.
on here?
Look again.
I'm looking. There's nothing here. Mark clip.
Well, it says we're recording.
Nick, we are recording. Yeah.
So there
React,
you go.
raise, script, share, leave. No, I don't want to leave. Stop. No, I don't want to stop. What the hell? There was a pause button here.
Well, why don't you stop, and then maybe another button will pop
No, I
up, or
gotta have
maybe
dinner anyway. You interrupted my I was going to make dinner. Or you got a lot more you want to talk about? We'll
do it
do
your
another
fucking
fucking episode just to make
just
you happy, folks. We'll be
just
back soon with another episode. For now, I have to go take a leak.